How high, how low can you sing? How do you expand your vocal range without vocal strain? What do we even mean by the term vocal range? How do we define it? In this video, you're going to find answers to all these questions and discover not one, but 3 practical, healthy ways to increase your vocal range. There are many vital reasons for singers to work on increasing vocal range. One is, of course, that you can sing wider range songs without straining and damaging your poor vocal cords. Another is that healthy vocal training for more range can help your vocal apparatus gain strength, stamina, and flexibility. And this, in turn, improves your vocal ability in general, giving you richer resonance, more tone options, better control of pitch and volume, as well as more accuracy to execute vocal licks and style idiosyncrasies. If you do training for vocal range expansion correctly, you can increase the ability of your voice to mix registers, creating a bigger, better middle voice, which is where most contemporary singing occurs. So increasing your range is about a lot more than bragging rights. Let's start by the question, what is vocal range? How do you define it? Well, here are 3 ways. 1, the distance between the lowest note that you can sing in chest voice and the highest note you can sing in head voice or falsetto. The second way to measure it is the distance between the lowest and highest notes that you can sing in mixed or full voice without going all the way over into head voice. And the third way you can measure it is the distance between the lowest and highest notes you can sing in both registers blended so well that you can cross registers without breaking or sounding extremely different or straining from bottom to top. This is your practical performance vocal range. So, what's your vocal range? How do you figure that out? To define it, let's ask yourself these questions. 1, how many octaves can you sing between your lowest chest voice and your highest head voice notes? This is the definition of total vocal range that covers all your vocal registers. Expanding your total vocal range is good exercise for your voice for many reasons, but do understand that you're going to be singing scales lower and higher than will be practically required for singing songs. The second way to measure your vocal range is what's the distance between your lowest notes and the highest notes that you can sing in full voice. This definition of vocal range is very practical and applicable to contemporary singing requiring strong full voice. Some call it belt voice. But it's vital to expand your full voice range without it becoming strained throat voice, typically evidenced by over-defined neck muscles when pushing or reaching for those high notes. This is the bad way to belt. And the third way to figure out your vocal range is how well can you connect your vocal registers so that it seems like you have one smooth register without a discernible break unless it's a little intentional yodel. Connecting seamlessly, what's the distance between your strain-free lowest chest voice note and highest head voice note that still feels like it's in that same unified register? Expanding your vocal range by this definition is a very worthy and practical goal for most contemporary and classical genres. This can give you a range that's quite wide, but truly strain-free. For example voices, listen to these artists: Matt Carney, early Joni Mitchell, Philip Bailey of Earth, Wind & Fire, Andrea Bocelli, Sarah Bareilles, and of course, the inimitable Aretha Franklin. You wouldn't believe how much she is in head voice. Smooth register transition is a worthy goal for any voice in any genre, really. So, how do you train for more vocal range? Well, there are different vocal exercises and training techniques for each of the above 3 goals. To maximize and protect your voice, my suggestion is that you train for all 3. So, number 1, to increase your total vocal range through all registers. First of all, at the low end, I don't recommend creating vocal fry because it's not a practical sound, and if it's used habitually, it can create vocal damage. Instead, use a talky, bratty, not hooty tone, and I'll demonstrate in a second, and sing as low as you can create tone with pitch. Try stretching your torso tall instead of collapsing or bending over to sound your lower notes as well. That sounds hooty. Sound your lows like this. Ya, ya, not ya, ya. For higher full voice or belt, you want to practice your head voice register so that your head voice can more easily mix with chest for a higher blend. Challenge yourself to reach your highest head voice range solidly from your pelvic floor, but never push or strain your voice to go up another step. Just pull your head voice from above and behind you. Really, it's that same posture as your low notes. Intend the specific pitch and support your intention. Let that note just float out there or not. Remember, it's okay if nothing comes out, but it's not okay to strain. Number 2, to raise the range you can sing in full voice. This is also known as mixed voice or middle voice. It's when you gradually change your mix of chest and head register involvement as you sing higher, but you don't quite cross into pure head voice. To do this, you need to balance the strength in 2 sets of muscles, the thyroarytenoids and cricothyroids, that work your vocal cords so that they can coordinate their efforts efficiently. You also need an open throat to allow the vibration from your vocal cords and larynx access to all your resonation zones. In other words, allow the note to place itself where it resonates the most freely. To gain this continually adjusting balance, here are some tips. First, increase the amount of exercise you do with the vocal register you use the least. Usually, you'll need to work more with head voice if you're a contemporary voice singer, and more with chest voice if you're a classical singer. Then, learn to do some full voice exercises. Almost, but not quite, crossing into pure head voice with absolutely correct form. One exercise I designed I call middle voice circle stretches. I have my students slur up on an M sound, then slur down, creating a circular hum that's an octave apart at the top and bottom. Notice the 3 chewy jaw movements. Then I do this exercise on an N and an NG, going up by half steps 7 or 8 times until the singer is in what I call land between the voices, where the registers are so balanced that they feel unified. I'll demonstrate these more fully in another video. But for now, here's your next tip. As you go higher in mixed or middle voice, back off your air pressure so that you don't have to go into head voice to avoid strain. Elongate and allow morphing or modification of the vowels, especially e's and oo's, so they don't become tight. E, ooh. Never lift your chin for higher notes. Instead, slightly rock down and pull back. Yeah! And on to number 3. To create more practical range with smooth vocal register transitions, Do a lot of big vocal range exercises that cross your vocal registers. Learn to blend and hide breaks at the transition areas and allow a mix to develop between registers. A hint is that you can do this by lifting up and pulling back. I say that a lot. Instead of pushing as you cross your registers, 45 degrees up and back. Lip and tongue trills, raspberries, and sirens, also known as semi-occluded vocal tract or SOVT exercises that grow across your whole range, are just some of the great vocal exercises that can get you moving across and blending your registers smoothly. Again, pull up and back as you go. I'll leave a link to the other video that I did demonstrating pulling SOVTEs. All right, another tip. Try to make the top of your chest voice sound just like the bottom of your head voice. To do this weird but effective tactic, try pulling your head voice notes from your mouth and pull your chest voice notes through your eyes. Then melodies that move through both chest and head registers sound smooth and are definitely strain-free. Let me demonstrate. I can fix ya, I can fix ya. Huge tip for you. Learn the pull method, which I've been doing, of sounding your voice. That will balance your breath support and control and give you just the right amount of breath to go across your registers without breaking. It will also open your throat and allow your notes to go where they resonate the best. Now, here's another question. How much range is enough range? The answer can depend on genre-specific norms. The better question is, what should your usable vocal range be? And here's the way I like to answer. As big as is necessary to sing what you wish to sing without strain. Your lowest notes can be confident and rich, but not hooty or muddy. And the top of your range never has to hurt. What a concept. I truly hope that something in this video has been a eureka moment for you and that you've felt an expanded range already. But if you need help, don't forget you can book a lesson with me or buy a course in PowerPath and Performance Vocal Training, and I'll leave links to those in the notes. Then practice your vocal exercises. Okay, hit subscribe before you go, and don't miss another episode of All Things Vocal, the podcast for voices with messages that matter, like yours.